When it comes to buying a property in Breckenridge, Colorado, there's a lot of opportunities out there and there's a lot of deals. Today, we're going to take a look at what's hot and what is not. Plus, many buyers thought that the mortgage rates would start to come down by now, but they haven't. So why not?
Ever dreamed of living in the heart of the Colorado mountains? Join me, Matt Dayton, Breckenridge native, Olympian, and mountain real estate expert. Here on the Ski Summit Show, we dive into everything you need to know about buying, investing, and living in iconic ski towns like Breckenridge, Frisco, and Keystone. From mountain real estate trends to investment opportunities, we bring you on the inside to help you make the most of your mountain life.
Welcome to the Ski Summit Home Show number 108, your go-to source for real estate news in the mountains of Colorado. I'm joined by Benji, my producer. Hey, Benji.
Hey, Matt. Glad to be here. So what's going on with the Breckenridge market? Are we just going to see the real estate market tank or what?
No, but hey, well, let's start with what's fun happening in Breckenridge right now. Can we do that?
Sure. Well, this weekend, everybody knows it's Easter Sunday. So Arapahoe Basin is doing an Easter Sunday. Tell me all about it.
Easter Sunday, good. What better place to be than skiing at the Basin? You get a beachfront spot, go up there and maybe we'll get a little, I think we're going to get some snow this weekend too. So you could get some powder and fun little Easter egg hunt thing. That's lots of fun. Definitely sign the kiddos up. You got to have a lift pass and all that good stuff, but they'll have that going on this weekend, and that starts at 9:30, goes till noon. So be sure to get up there. First egg hunt begins at 10 a.m.
And then the second one is 11 for kids that are just a little bit older.
Yeah. And then for guys like you can just kind of pick out what's left after noon.
You don't want to eat those eggs.
Don't eat those eggs.
Then we've got the Friends of the Dillon Ranger District Casino Night.
So if you want to support a good cause, Friends of the Dillon Ranger District, they do a lot of the trail work up here. They take care of so much of that amenity that we have. So I've volunteered on the Friends of the Dillon Ranger District, pulling barbed wire off of fences, digging borrow pits, filling in trails, low spots. But this just is an opportunity to generate some funds. If you like gambling, even better. But go out and support your local Ranger District Casino Night.
Well, that pushes us right into the ski news. Why aren't we seeing mortgage rate relief yet?
Yeah, we thought that we were going to start to see that here soon, which, we were really hoping we'd get down closer to the 5%, but we're back up toward the 7s right now. So a lot of people blame tariffs. They're not wrong. China is the second largest holder of debt in the U.S., giving them the ability to manipulate the U.S. bond market and consequently the mortgage rate market. So, however, a lot of this is coming from something called basis trade. So this article is about that. I've been educating myself on it a little bit, but really comes down to a lot of risky hedge fund strategy. So hedge funds borrow money to buy U.S. treasury bonds. And at the same time, they're going to bet against those bonds using future contracts. So the goal to make a little profit in between the difference of the two. What happened here on April 6th? The 10-year treasury bond yield was at 3.89%. 2 days later, it jumped to 4.38%. That sudden spike caused massive losses in hedge funds, causing everybody to sell off their bonds to make up the difference. So as a result, we saw mortgage rates, which follow the 10-year treasury bond or the 10-year treasury yield. We saw those stay high, those came up, and that's going to cause homes to continue to be a little less affordable. So buyers are going to hesitate and homes are probably going to stay on the market a little bit longer. So impact on the housing market. Prices are going to still be rising. It's going to take homes a little bit longer to sell, but maybe some more price cuts. And we might see that inventory build as demand decreases. It's going to give that time, a little bit more time for the inventory to build in our housing market. So that's what I deduce from this. The Fed has stepped in similar situations in the past. Maybe they'll do that again, but until they do, mortgage rates are probably going to continue to stay where they are, maybe a little bit of drops, but I don't know that we're going to see anything real soon on that.
Well, that moves us into the market in a minute.
All right, so yeah, market in a minute. Doodaloo. We have Breckenridge, single family homes is what we're looking at right now. So slight buyer's market right now. Median list price down here, we're right up around 3.4 million on a 7-day average, 90-day average 3.3 million. So this week the median price for Breckenridge 3.350 with the market action index hovering around 28. So it's a little less than last month's 29. So inventory is going to have to increase to 97. So so slight buyer's advantage on that. Prices are going to remain relatively stable. If inventory continues to grow, we might see a little bit more pressure on those prices. As far as condos go, a little bit more of a seller's advantage here. So again, a little bit less inventory compared to demand, but not too far off of the center. So overall, healthy market, good opportunities for buyers and sellers to negotiate, to reach terms that meet everybody's needs, and kind of a win-win situation type of market.
Excellent report. Well, that moves us into the listing of the week, and here they are.
So listing of the week, we're going to look at Independence Townhomes. So this is a brand new project that we talked about here the other week. But the interesting thing right now is that if you look at this, we have about 7 of these have actually gone under contract already.
Oh, wow.
And this is high dollar stuff. These are high dollar townhomes, $4 or $5 million townhomes located, if you look here, Breckenridge, right below I like this satellite view, right below at the base of the kind of Peak 8 area, not right up near the ski lifts. You got to hop on the gondola to go up there, but also walkable to town. So I think that's really desirable. Great location for that. Ski back to these condos or these townhomes. So I think that's going to be really attractive for folks. But they're requiring like 30% down on these, 10% when you first put it under contract, another 10% after about a 45-day due diligence period, and then the remaining 10% before closing. So it's significant. Pretty cool places.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah, just like very, very modern. Love this big piece of timber
really cool.
there, but super cool location. The interesting thing about this, I was talking to one of the listing agents on this, pretty much all these ones that went under contract are cash, which definitely could be an indication of what we're going to see this summer, especially with interest rates being a bit higher. I think a lot of people that have high dollar net worth are going to be looking to park their money into high-end stuff. So Breckenridge could definitely see some of its high dollar real estate in a hot market.
Well, that's all I've got for the episode.
And that's all I got too. Thanks so much for joining us for the Ski Summit Real Estate Show. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, giving us a like. If you have any questions or interest, want to get in touch, please reach out in the comments below or our website. You'll find useful information. Hope to see you guys in the mountains soon. Either way, we appreciate you being here and appreciate you watching. Take care.